Hi Virgo, I hope that you're all doing well. We are going to start the tarot reading actually with some oracle cards and then get into the tarot. The first oracle card that we have says, still not failing enough. I'm going to read the description. It says, your behavior may be too rigid, get wild and go make something explode for science. The next card says, show up. You seem acutely aware of the good in the cosmos. Demonstrate what you know and share what you've learned. Many people will benefit from hearing it. And then the card on the bottom of the deck says, I'm not a fractured being, I'm multifaceted. And the description says, you may feel scattered, but you are a symphony. Many instruments join together to create a beautiful soundscape. Appreciate your many different moods, skills, and problems. Trust that they're all working together. All right, we're going to get into the tarot now. I'm seeing Justice, I'm seeing Temperance, I'm seeing Nine of Swords. Judgment, Three of Wands, so many major arcanas. So, it looks like you're finding your way with something here. Can be connected with you trying to balance something out, like finding the best route to take. And it can be something where it's feeling kind of like Tetris here, you putting the pieces together, figuring out how to do this. I think this is too in a way that really aligns with you and like what you perceive to be like balance, what you perceive to be healthy, what you perceive to be like the right way of doing things or like the most effective way of doing things. It can be like that sort of thing. But it feels like you're in the process of maybe having a lot of things that you're juggling and you being in a space of figuring that out. And you can also feel like some stuff is weighing on you mentally as well. Feels like this is connected with the future and what's going to be happening. Can be something that's on your mind right now a lot. Like sort of what you're doing, what you're meant to be doing, those things. You could feel right now like your thoughts aren't allowing you to be fully present, that something could be taking you in a different direction than maybe where you really want to be putting your energy. Having Temperance and Ace of Pentacles feels like there's a chapter that is going to be starting, but it's not time for it to start. And I'm seeing that something is definitely going to be corrected. And you could be at that point where you're like, why is this not corrected yet? Why is this not squared away yet? Why is this not clear yet? But I'm seeing you just being guided to be patient with this. Although I am seeing this like worry you or concern you right now. It can be something that's on your mind. It feels too. Having Seven of Swords and having Nine of Swords connect with one another. This can be like a mental health thing that you're experiencing. This can also feel like there's some type of thing that's got your attention that may be on your mind. Like something that's being worried about. Having Justice and Seven of Swords can be something that was going on that needs to be corrected actively. So you could be correcting something or someone else around you could be correcting something. Something that you wouldn't be able to get off your mind. Like this needs to be made right or it needs to be brought to light, that type of thing. Because you can feel like it's not allowing for a new chapter to really begin because something else is going on behind the scenes. Let me clarify actually. What is this Seven of Swords about? Seven of Swords can be like, whether it can be you doing something or somebody that you're interacting with doing something that you feel like is wrong. then there being a fixing of whatever that is. What is the Seven of Swords? I'm seeing Ace of Wands be connected with it. I'm wondering too if this is like a part of you that is like, I know the right way to do something or the right way to approach this, and you could have thoughts that would like pull you into doing it a different way, or pull you into doing something a different way, Virgo. I do feel as well like whatever this is that had been going in a direction that you could look at and be like, it shouldn't go in that direction, it is going to be corrected. I feel like there's still something that's on your mind specifically about this. Whether this was something that you did or something that somebody else did, you can feel like this thing is distracting you from maybe like what's directly in front of you, maybe even what's physically playing out. Having Temperance and Ace of Coins, Ace of Pentacles, it means that there's a new cycle that's about to start, but you can know that it's coming, but it's not here yet. So that can be something too that's on your mind as well, of like, it's not time to jump yet, or it's not arrived yet, but I know that it's on the way, that type of feeling. Justice and Seven of Swords too can be like, if this isn't a specific person, it can be things that are going to be balanced out in a more cosmic type of way as well. Like things being brought to light and whatnot and made right. I'm wondering too if this Seven of Swords can also be a part of you that like there's a fixation on like things that you're worried about, and it can be making it also difficult for you to be in the moment as well because of that. Because you have Nine of Swords, which is connected with like worrying about things, thinking about things a lot, feeling like you can't get out of your head, like feeling like something's just wrong. It's like that type of thing, but in a way where you can feel kind of dragged down by that. Like you can feel like I can't really be present to focusing on anything else because it's just like all this stuff that's going on in my head. But I'm also too seeing the Ten of Cups here, which is showing that this next chapter that you're stepping into, like what's to come, is something that's going to feel really, really happy and really, really like gratifying emotionally for you. I wonder too if there's this feeling of like, maybe you feel like you're gonna ruin something, or worried about something repeating that had happened before. I do feel like this preoccupation that you're feeling, that you can feel like I can't fully think about anything else except for this thing that's on my mind. Feels like your attention is being drawn there for a reason, so you can take care of something, so you can address something, so you can undress what's going on. Feels too like this is connected with where you're going next, where you want to be going next. Because the Eight of Cups is feeling like you may transition from one thing to another, but it's also too about figuring out like where do you want that to be, where do you want to be going, and that be something that's being figured out currently. Taking the time to establish direction, to figure out direction. This isn't just like what do you want to be happening tomorrow, this is also to like later down the line, and it feels like thinking about that now to not repeat the same thing again, because there may be a cycle here that you've repeated or that you've experienced and be like, I don't want to repeat that, I don't want to go through that again, but it means to like needing to recognize things. Having Three of Wands and Six of Cups come up can be, Eight of Cups going into Three of Wands is like, I'm trying to go somewhere, and I'm trying to go somewhere like move in a direction that is going to feel like aligned internally for me, where I can feel at peace, or I can feel safe, or I can feel content, like whatever it is that you're seeking internally that you may not have found in this other cycle you'd been in. But having Six of Cups here feels like before that can fully be realized, needing to recognize the old patterns of things. So this can be like automatically I just find myself in these types of cycles, and then I find myself wanting, and then I leave and end up in another situation that's exactly like that. So having Judgment, looking at Six of Cups, is looking at like what has been repeating and what do you not want to repeat again in order for you to make progress and get closer to what's feeling like it aligns internally for you, and that happening. And Justice and Seven of Swords can be things that you do. It can even be like social situations that don't fully align with your social values, with your partnerships, with your relationships, those things, and the things that actually keep you from feeling content and fulfilled within yourself. Because having Justice and Ten of Cups connected with one another, it's like when I am showing up in a way that's aligned with my social values, where I'm being honest about like my preferences and my values and those types of things, it allows me to find myself in situations and to be connecting with what I truly connect with and disconnect with what is not aligned with me. But having Seven of Swords here connected with Justice can be like, well, I didn't want them to be mad at me, so I told them that I liked it. You know, it can be doing things that may be pleasing to other people, but then you feel like it's against like your own values. Values meaning things that carry worth and carry weight to you, that equate to a sense of satisfaction or contentment or peace emotionally. So by like not being true to that, maybe to like people please sometimes, it's feeling that disconnected with that part of yourself. But that's what this new chapter is about. Connecting with those situations that are more compatible with your values. Because you may know in the back of your mind, like sometimes I'm not always doing that, or I'm not always honest about my values, or I'm saying certain things are okay that I'm not actually okay with. You know, that type of thing. So I feel more than anything like this Seven of Swords is your own energy, where it's like, where are you maybe okaying something or not calling something out or not addressing something that you know doesn't actually sit well with you? Because I feel like something could be keeping you up at night, where you're like, mentally I know I'm not okay with that, or I'm really stuck on that for some reason, and it's in order to do something about it. And it's going to allow you to open up into a new chapter that's going to feel really internally harmonious for you, because it's going to be more compatible. But first, the recognition of like, why do I keep repeating this? Where does this keep coming from? And also like, what even is this pattern that keeps repeating? And I think too, what you're going to find is that it's the stuff that you're doing that may work in the present moment, but then it ends up work in the present moment. It may like manipulate things in the present moment, so there's like less of a confrontation or less of a stirring of the pot or causing waves, but then you could feel like you pay for it later down the line. So it's going to be addressing with that part of yourself, working with that part of yourself. And I'm seeing the Sun on the bottom of the deck, and I see this this card specifically in this deck as being about your self-expression and about like your journey and your preferences, and you just as you are, and honoring that, even if it can feel uncomfortable to be bringing these things up. So maybe too, something happened with somebody where you feel like it didn't sit well with you, and you still haven't said anything about it, like you still haven't confronted it, or you still haven't addressed it, and it's time now to do that, because you could feel like things are just going further and further and further away from where you want things to progress, and you could feel like this is stopping things from continuing to grow and move, and then feeling unsettled because of that. So once you take care of this, I'm seeing that a new chapter is going to be breaking for you, meaning like presenting itself. And before then, this is the stuff that's going to be being addressed. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.